Air Master. Namaste, sir. Sri Vijayanand Garu, Chief Special Secretary, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Acme Clean Tech Solutions Private Limited is signing an MOU with the Government of AP. Thank you, sir. Sri Vijayanand Garu, Special Secretary, Special Chief Secretary, Government of AP. Thank you for joining us on the dais. Air Master Indo-Class Private Limited. Capsol Project Limited, Affinity Global Inc., OCIOR Energy India Private Limited, Hero Future Energies Private Limited. All of these organizations are signing MOUs with the Government of AP. Hero Future Energy is signing an MOU with the Government of Andhra Pradesh. Capsol Project Private Limited, Infinity Global is signing an MOU with the Government of AP. Trinath Industries Private Limited. Trinath, is it Trinath Industries Private Limited is signing an MOU with the Government of Andhra Pradesh. Evershine Molders Limited is signing an MOU with the Government of Andhra Pradesh. HPCL Limited, Renewable Energy, are signing an MOU with Government of Andhra Pradesh, as are O2 Power Private Limited. Vesuvius India Limited is signing an MOU with the Government of AP. HPCL and O2 Power, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited and O2 Power Private Limited, we request you to join us on the dais, please, to sign your respective memorandums of understanding with the Government of Andhra Pradesh. Magnum Group, thank you for joining us and signing a memorandum of understanding with the Government of Andhra Pradesh. O2 Power Private Limited is here. Thank you for signing an MOU with the Government of AP. Courses E-Mobility Private Limited, thank you for signing an MOU with the Government of AP. Courses E-Mobility Private Limited. AMP Energies India Private Limited is signing an MOU with the Government of AP. ArcelorMittal Green Energy Private Limited is signing an MOU with the Government of AP. AMP Energy is signing an MOU with the Government of AP. You may have noticed a lot of MOUs in the renewable energy sector. As we mentioned yesterday, Andhra Pradesh is positioning itself to be a driver of growth in this sector, renewable energy. Advanced Cells. Advanced Cells is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Gokul Agro Resources Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Gokul Agro. Pratishtha Business Solutions Private Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Pratishtha Business Solutions. The Latin American Caribbean Trade Council is signing an MOU with the government of AP. The Latin American Caribbean Trade Council is signing an MOU with the government of AP for trade and investment promotion. Astha Green Energy Ventures India Private Limited, signing an MOU with the government of AP. The Council of EU Chambers of Commerce in India is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Astha Green Energy is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Amra Life Sciences Private Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Amra Life Sciences Limited. Thank you. Hatsun Agro Product Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Hatsun Agro Product Limited. Hatsun Agro Product Limited. Hatsun Agro Product Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Ravali Spinners Private Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Hygenco Green Energies Private Limited is signing an MOU with the government of AP. Once again, I humbly request everyone who's coming to the front. The Honorable Chief Minister is at the venue and is going to come onto the dais. May I request everyone to please be seated in their designated seats. The Chief Minister's security has made a personal request, requesting you to please be seated as the Honorable Chief Minister will be coming soon here. United Industries Automotive Plastic Private Limited, signing an MOU with Government of AP. Amplus Energy Solutions Private Limited, signing an MOU with the Government of AP. Amplus Energies just signed an MOU with the government of AP. Sorry? Bio4 India Pharmaceuticals Private Limited signing an MOU with the government of Andhra Pradesh. Ocure Energy, OCIOR, Ocure Energy Private Limited, signing an MOU with the government of Andhra Pradesh. AUChem Natural Gas and Energy Private Limited, AUChem Natural Gas and Energy Private Limited, signing an MOU with the government of Andhra Pradesh. Fluent Grid, signing an MOU with the government of AP. Fluent Grid, Seamless Digital Transformation. Fluent Grid, Seamless Digital Transformation, signing an MOU with the government of AP. EPAT 3 City. Cribco Green Energy, signing an MOU with the government of Andhra Pradesh. EPAC Andhra Paper Limited, signing an MOU with the government of AP. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go back to the podium because I'm getting ready to welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Shri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu is at the premises, so this is your cue as well to please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen, as the visionary, dynamic, young Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh joins us at this event that he has envisioned and made a reality, just as he is continuing to make his vision for the state a reality. గౌరవనీయులు ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు శ్రీ వైఎస్ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారు వేదిక మీద వస్తున్నారండి. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న గెస్ట్స్ అందరినీ, మా అతిథులందరినీ కూడా కూర్చోమని రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము. Anything, you have to ask Mr. Prasad. Ladies and gentlemen, we are putting the MOUs on a pause just for the moment. We will continue to sign them later today. But right now, as we are expecting the Honorable Chief Minister to be on the dais with us any minute, we are just giving a pause to the MOU signing for a minute so that we can all join hands in welcoming the visionary, dynamic Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. So far, day 2 of the summit has been focused on showcasing Advantage Andhra Pradesh, where abundance meets prosperity, providing a platform for international and domestic investors, policymakers, diplomats from across countries, industry associations and trade bodies, providing all of them a platform to take advantage of our state's industry-friendly atmosphere and explore opportunities to forge partnerships. We don't start here, right? We start a little earlier because you have to say all of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, may we request you to settle down. The Honorable Chief Minister is just going to be walking into the hall here. So, as a security protocol, we request you to please settle down, take your seats. The gentleman in the center, ma'am. Media people, media personnel, may we request you to please head back to the media enclosure. We need to start the valedictory and the valedictory ceremony. The Honorable Chief Minister is just walking in. Request for you to cooperate with the security personnel and the police personnel who've been working very hard to ensure this event goes smoothly. Yes, sir. We will. So, we cannot start until everyone settles down. I'm sure you understand the protocols. We did this yesterday as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, may we request you to settle down. Do ensure your mobile phones are on the silent mode. As you know, we are here on day 2 of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023. It is being held in the beautiful port city of Visakhapatnam. Now, as you know, the theme of this summit is where abundance meets prosperity. It's been an amazing platform. We've heard from global investors, global partners, country partners. Yesterday, you know, Deepika, has been a very exciting session. Besides the plenary hall here, where we had the inaugural session, we had a great lineup of speakers. We had breakaway sessions in 4 halls. The 13 sectors that are the key focus sectors of the government of Andhra Pradesh were focused on 14 sectors, in fact, actually, and we had in-depth sessions on all of that.
What's particularly good to see is that a lot of investors who've already invested in the state and seen how supportive the state is and how they have been able to go from abundance to prosperity have shared their lived experiences and reality with the state. So I'm sure that's been very encouraging for future investors.
Absolutely, and I remember you pointed it out yesterday where Mr. Puneet Dalmia, in fact, coined a very nice phrase.
Josh and Jaganji go hand in hand.
Absolutely, and that's the unique part about the Andhra Pradesh state government, you know, Deepika, because besides the CM, the whole cabinet is dynamic young leaders, and that is so much the need of the hour. They are quick with their decisions. Ease of doing business is at an extreme high here.
Absolutely. They're young, they're focused, and you can see the action, you know. It's not just having a vision and having a plan, but everything is actually coming into fruition, and that's what's really, really encouraging, I'm sure, even for the investors gathered here signing MOUs and those who are still exploring areas of opportunity where they can forge partnerships.
Absolutely, you know, like I was telling you about the other sessions that were happening in the other halls. We got a great turnout. We had interesting sessions. There was a great panel discussions, keynote speeches, a lot of focus, a lot of in-depth insights. You know, that will also help in the improvement of. Not just, it will be a great partnership is what I'm seeing between the industry and the state government. So that is something that is definitely we should look forward to.
Also, as we started this day, I think in hall number 1, the Department of Tourism and Hospitality, Government of Andhra Pradesh, had already begun signing MOUs. And later on, we started in this plenary hall, we started to see MOUs being signed. A lot of them have been in the renewable energy sector. And I remember calling out myself yesterday that the government of Andhra Pradesh is set to drive that particular sector. I also liked one of the lines in one of the AVs that we displayed, that in Andhra Pradesh we don't predict the future, we own the future, which means we make things happen under the young and dynamic and visionary leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister. We don't predict the future, but we own it and make sure that it happens the way he's visioning it.
Absolutely, and you know, the important part, you know, Deepika, of because there are a lot of states that do these kind of summits. But it's all, you know, like they say in English, there is the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So, but it's important to see, and what's also important is, like I said, you know, like we were talking about how the leadership is dynamic and fast moving. They take fast decisions, which is most important. There is not red tapeism. So that is where I'm sure in the past, of course, Andhra Pradesh has performed well, this government especially. And I'm sure after this investor summit, we will see a lot of things will actually happen. You know, they will change from just maybe ink on paper to actual buildings on road or industries happening. I think that is very, very important for any summit, any partnership.
Absolutely. I was thinking exactly that about the proof of the pudding being in the eating when I was announcing yesterday about, you know, Andhra Pradesh being #1 in ease of business for 3 consecutive years. We know that this is not just some ranking, but based on stakeholder feedback. A survey was sent around and investors themselves have rated this state #1 in ease of doing business.
Absolutely. And the other thing, you know, Deepika, as a build-up to the Global Investor Summit where we are here in this beautiful city of Visakhapatnam, there were a number of road shows that the government did, and I was lucky enough to be a part of almost all of them. In fact, we did a lovely curtain raiser in Delhi, then we did road shows in Bengaluru, I think. We went to Chennai, we went to Bombay, Mumbai, we went to Hyderabad. It's been great to hear from titans of industry from those states, those cities also, and to see, because every city, every state, every industry, they have their own unique requirements. I think that is what is important, and this is where Andhra Pradesh kind of comes through here, helping with them, helping the customization that is required. Because let's be honest, every industry, and in fact every industrial unit in every industry will also be unique and needs its own kind of requirements or kind of partnerships. In fact, yesterday the Honorable Minister Nitin Gadkari ji was also here, and he had made a big announcement about some of the, I think, 6-lane highways that the government of Andhra Pradesh has been, and he has sanctioned it, and it will be turning out soon. So that will also be really, really helpful to the entire state and the industries.
Yeah, talking of the Union Minister, you know, I also recollect that there are 3 industrial corridors being, of the 11 industrial corridors being built by the country, 3 of them are running through this state, and the state, Andhra Pradesh, is the only one to boast, you know, this benefit. That goes a long way. Also, road shows, we you know, as anchors, we do keep reinforcing the fact that the leader of Andhra Pradesh is a young, dynamic and visionary person. But I think it's not just in the words, but the fact that he did road shows in all these cities, really goes out, puts himself out there and calls for people to come and test what he's promising. You know, it really reflects, that youthful dynamism really reflects in these actions.
Exactly, absolutely, and that makes so much of a difference. There are some of the 13. You know, we keep saying 13 sectors, but what's also important, what I've heard from the government firsthand, is that these are just some of the key sectors that the government has shortlisted. That does not mean that the other sectors that are not included in these 13 are not of interest. Those are of equal interest to the government, and they are more than open. If there are people that want to partner with the government in those sectors, they should come forward, talk to the government. The government is more than willing to make it easy for these companies to come, make inroads and grow here, grow along with Andhra Pradesh.
Yes.
The other thing is obviously the coastline. You know, another unique thing that's been pointed out is second longest, 974 kilometers. But they've also said that this is the largest usable coastline, which is why they have so many ports. They have, I believe,
4 under development, already up and running.
There. Yeah. Exactly, which is helping also in the inland seaways. And of course the coastal, and it's becoming, or rather it already is, the gateway to the east, and we obviously know that is very important for the country in its positioning on the global stage.
Yes.
That always makes a big difference to every country. I know we were going on with the MOUs, Deepika. We did some yesterday. In fact, we have more that will be happening very short. Let's tell them, in fact, Deepika, what's lined up, because our audience is eager and is listening. So obviously we have the valedictory session now.
We have the valedictory session. We have, should I tell them the name of the performer?
I think we should. They have been a very patient audience. We
right.
should reward
okay,
them.
So we have a Kuchipudi performance, and we have another performance that I feel like many of you will really be pleasantly surprised. Karsh Kale will be performing for all of us at this venue in broad daylight. It's going to be really wonderful, really fun.
Exactly. So definitely after this valedictory session is when we have these lovely cultural acts that will be closing the day with, closing the summit with. So you definitely do not want to miss that.
Yes.
Deepika, let's talk a little bit about the cultural acts that happened yesterday also. In fact, here in the main hall,
Yamini Reddy performed and
with Tushar Kalia, wow.
And
that
Tushar
was
Kalia,
amazing.
yes. It was a mix of Kuchipudi. It was a fusion dance. It was Kuchipudi, which is the classical art form of the state of Andhra Pradesh, the classical dance form. And there was also a lot of contemporary dance, so that's how it became a fusion number. They had beautiful LED backgrounds, and it was an absolutely spectacular performance by the dancers.
Exactly. There was a lovely laser show also here. I know which one you want to talk about.
So this one, the Kuchipudi and the contemporary dance were here.
Right.
The laser show
No. So there's a difference for the audience. There was one laser show here with which we revealed the logo in the morning.
Right.
Beautifully done here.
Oh yes, the laser act in the
laser
morning.
dynamics.
Yes.
But Deepika, you were privy to, you saw this amazing show yesterday evening. Tell us about that. Tell the audience about that.
So that was the CM's gala dinner hosted by the generous, Chief Minister at MGM Lawns, which is one of the iconic places in Visakhapatnam. It's really a gorgeous location. There's a charming lighthouse right at the back of the venue, and by the side you have the sea, and as you sit there, you can really hear the ebb and flow of the waves.
Right.
And the skyline was absolutely lit up by the laser show. The laser show was storyboarded around the glorious story of Andhra Pradesh.
Right.
Not just business, it talked about culture. Culture is a very important part in promoting business, because unless the people of the state are warm and welcoming and willing to integrate you into their own and themselves with you.
Deepika, what you said is really important, but one of the other highlights of that was the drones that they used for that show.
Yes.
So I believe there were about 500 drones that were used to light up the skies of Visakhapatnam, telling the beautiful story, the growth story of Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah.
What we are also trying to do here with the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit. So the unique part about that, it was all through drones.
And it started off with a map of India and then a map of Andhra Pradesh. And to me it was sort of symbolic of how the growth of Andhra Pradesh is such an integral part, as the country's fastest growing state, such an integral part of the India story.
Exactly. So it was a very unique, it was a one-of-a-kind drone show with someone narrating a story live at that audience.
Yeah, there was a
at the location. Live. Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, there was the band.
There was a band, and Mrigya and Friends, they were a band that came from Mumbai. They played jazz funk, they played classical ragas. It was a fusion band, and a couple of members of the band, I think the violinist especially, will be performing today with Karsh Kale as well.
No, you know what, Deepika, one important thing that I feel comes out with this, we talk about culture. It's most important for a holistic society, for a well-rounded society. Arts, culture are important.
Yes.
What I think is also important with what we have done here at the Global Investors Summit, we have the Kuchipudi dances symbolizing the traditions. Yesterday's Yamini Reddy and Tushar Kalia bringing the Kuchipudi dance along with contemporary, showing that fusion, like what you said with Mrigya also, bringing bringing that fusion of the classical, the traditional. I think that is also important. That is symbolic of what we've been talking about with the government also. They're bringing in the traditional outlook, the importance, but also adding in, showing that change is the only constant. Evolution is most important, and this government is staying up with the time. In fact, they might just be one step ahead of the changing times, which is so important for any, whether it's a citizen, whether it's an industry, whether it's a business. It is so very important.
Yes, and you know, Telugus particularly are quite used to integrating ourselves with other cultures. You would know that quite a large number, I think about 25% of the IT population in the United States and other parts of the world are Telugus. So yes, that's very integral. Also, I was curious, Sumit, to know, can you tell us more about the roadshows? What exactly happened?
So at the roadshows, what happened was, it was important for the government to talk to the industries that are settled there. Because generally what happens is, I guess, not just in industry or in business, but in life also, we have a restricted view. We are only aware of a limited world around us. This was important for the government to go out to these important locations around the country to talk to them that, hey, do consider Andhra Pradesh as an investment destination of choice, because these are the important things that they have to offer. So whether it is an IT hub, the Silicon Valley of India in Bengaluru, or whether it is the financial capital of India, which is Mumbai, or whether it is the seat of the central government in Delhi, which is a big industry for auto ancillaries, manufacturing, textiles, all of these, it is important to showcase that these, what has made these metropolitan cities as the important hub for these sectors is also available in Andhra Pradesh. And important things, because these are things people would not know. Like, you know, they have abundant power here, abundant water, abundant land. And like what you pointed out earlier, the skilled workforce, that is really important, because that is what makes any business a success. Absolutely.
It's not just about getting investment and generating employment. I think the government of Andhra Pradesh is doing a fantastic job of making sure that they keep their promise in terms of providing that skilled workforce. And it's confidence-inducing, if you ask me, for the youth of the state, you know, to know that they're being upskilled to a specific aim.
And because what's required also, Deepika, is that today's world, upskill is the right word you said, because we have to keep changing our skills, and we need skills that are useful in everyday life. They're not just book skills.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not sure how many of you recollect the AV that was shown yesterday, the skill development AV, where the skills were varied. It wasn't just about textbooks and banking and IT. There were also women learning how to sew. There was manufacturing. There's so many different skills that are being taught.
Absolutely. And you know, Deepak, coming back to these grounds, which is the Andhra University College of Engineering grounds, obviously a very important location in Visakhapatnam.
Yes.
The idea with this, we've got 5 different hangars where we're doing, this is the main hall, we've got dining, we've got a hall for the media, along with for our VIPs and dignitaries, we've got those breakaway halls. We've got, but that's not just that is here. There's so much else that is happening outside. We've got these amazing short cultural performances that are happening outside, which people can see, be a privy to. There is also so many beautiful installations, and I definitely want to highlight that there's so much greenery outside. And no, I don't mean just the green carpet, but I mean the actual plants that have been put out. They make it look so beautiful. They bring out what Andhra Pradesh stands for. There is interesting installation. I've seen a lot of people been taking selfies with that. Did you manage to get a selfie as well?
Not a selfie. I was lucky enough to, the people offered to take me a nice proper photograph. So yes, I did, particularly near the parrot, you know. Since that was a symbol of the event.
Absolutely. So we are obviously here when the aim of this, just to recap, is that we are having this Global Investors Summit, 3rd and 4th March, and today here at Visakhapatnam, Vizag. The idea is also, today's day 2, day 1 was very exciting. Day 2 is also a great lineup of speakers here who will be sharing their insights. It's always good, you know, again, Deepika, as they say in English, you know, there's that phrase that says to hear it from the horse's mouth. So it's always good to hear what these industry titans have to, because, you know, again, they are not just restricted to Andhra Pradesh or even
They are
India
working
for that
across
matter.
the country and across the globe. And this is the other thing I was talking about, you know, the swiftness in which they move from words to action, this government. So this was a 2-day crisp event, right, or rather 1.5 days.
Yep.
And yesterday we had industry stalwarts, titans of industry in India, coming and speaking about what they've already done here and how much faith they have. And today we have a slew of memorandums already signed. While all of this is going on, there are conversations happening in 3 other seminar halls. So everything is happening really quickly.
I'm pretty sure, and I felt this yesterday just seeing the agenda, and I was also wondering which hall should I go to, because those interesting conversations, of
Yes.
course, the main plenary hall, we had the inaugural, and then we took a break here, and the sessions continued in the 3 breakaway seminar halls. But I was also wondering which one to go to, because there's such interesting sessions, interesting sectors. Off the top of my mind, I remember a few of them. There's on agri and food processing, automobiles and EVs. Again, EVs, very important place, and Andhra Pradesh is a great hub for EVs and renewable energy.
I was just going to say, I would have personally chosen renewable energy because we do have the second longest coastline, which means we have access to a lot of ocean, and that ocean is a great advantage to generate, you know, natural power. So,
and in fact, the ocean also helps Andhra Pradesh be a leader in food processing, agri, because they're a leader, again, off the top of my mind, if I remember, Andhra Pradesh is a leader in shrimp, in egg, in I think maybe palm oil. I might have the figures wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but you'll get all that information on the AdvantageAP.in website. In fact, the government, you know, Deepika, has made it so easy, because on that website, there are downloadable.
Everything is so succinctly, you know, in the form of diagrams. If you go to the AdvantageAP.in website, all of what we're telling you is given to you in these succinct little visual things with little write-ups, you know, logos with write-ups.
And the beauty of it is there is so much information that is downloadable. In fact, like you were asking me about the road shows. At the road shows, whatever presentations were made by government officials are available on that website. And the important part is that anybody might have some questions.
Right.
All contact details of the concerned people are on that website in those PPTs. So you download the PPT, you'll get information about that sector, as well as who is your contact person, who should you be talking to get more information or to figure out what's the way ahead for that space. I was telling you a little bit about the sectors. So obviously automobiles, EVs, agri, food processing, IT, electronics. It's really good in textiles and handlooms. You know, that's another.
Handlooms, textile is again a huge part of both culture and trade and industry, you know, roti, kapda, makan.
Absolutely. Industrial logistics infrastructure, you spoke about that, about how 3 of the major pathways run through the state of Andhra Pradesh. And of course, there is aerospace and defense. Now, that's another upcoming, you know, they also in business parlance, they also say about sunrise sector.
Yes.
So the aerospace and defense again is one important sector in the space of any business.
And there is an aeropolis being built in Andhra Pradesh. I read this on the Advantage AP website.
Great.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure the audience, if they haven't already, we would suggest that you do visit the AdvantageAP.in website. Exactly. So we will be joined shortly by the Honorable Chief Minister and other dignitaries. But Deepika, like we were saying, you know, the beauty of the state, what I also like about the state is, you know, the versatility. It's interesting, the culture, the heritage. What I had read up was that the state of Andhra Pradesh has been in existence even, like, you know, in the English calendar we talk about AD, BC and BC. This has been there in some form even before. Like, so
yes, versatility is in our DNA, in our grain. Buddhism entered the country through Andhra Pradesh. You know, we share a border with Orissa. We are a coast. So we have also, you know, it's a trade route anywhere where there is a coast. So yes, versatility is very much a part of, and even entrepreneurship. We were talking about innovation and startups. You'll find that entrepreneurship is also very, very big in Andhra.
So some of our dignitaries are here. We will be, we're waiting just for the Honorable Chief Minister. He'll be joining us shortly as well. It's going to be an exciting day of conversations. We have some very important topics that would be covered. We have people from different walks of life. In fact, the dignitaries that will be coming and speaking to us during the valedictory function, they will be talking both from their own experience of having already invested in Andhra Pradesh, having already been running their business, as well as their intent. So they will be sharing a lot of information that I think would be really important for our audience to know about, to hear about, and that will definitely help build more of the momentum that has been generated, not just through this summit, but even before the summit.
Yes, in the run-up to the summit as well. You know, the momentum is on. I feel like they haven't taken a pause at all. They're just continuing on with the actions that they're taking.
And that, I think, is really important, because that's where, you know, progress is made one step at a time. But, you know, and what they say as wisdom, people say in like old the words that have been carried forward by our forefathers, is that the aim is to keep moving. You might be making one step, you might do 10 steps. So that's what I think is important, that this momentum has started, and they're ensuring that this momentum keeps going on.
Yes.
Because that is where progress comes about. We're also, you know, going to be talking a lot about, so, you know, again, coming back to the sectors. Why I keep coming back to the sectors? Because people might be wanting to know more about that. Already, Visakhapatnam is a big hub for IT. I believe the government is...
also hospitality and tourism.
Actually, hospitality and tourism is it's a very important sector for the government. I mean, it's got heritage, we spoke about.
Yes, and it's all intertwined. You know, the more investment there is, the more people that the state and the city are going to see visiting. So it's sort of connected, all of these sectors growing together.
Absolutely. And there is so much of innovation. So again, we've heard so much talk over the last few decades about the startups and MSMEs and innovation. I think that is one important part for the Andhra Pradesh government, because they are focusing to promote innovation.
Absolutely. Enterprise and entrepreneurship is in the DNA of the people of this state.
That's the important part. I think because that is where progress comes for. And one thing is about setting up industries, but it is also, that is one very important part, But those are, if you think of it, at the start, they were all entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And that is the important part of promoting entrepreneurship, to help not just provide employment for themselves, but for a whole community.
Not just that, when a state is high on entrepreneurial, competence, I think that state is in a position to keep re-evaluating itself. So, for example, on the Advantage AP website and on the website of the Global Investors Summit, many of you would have read that many redundant acts have been repealed. Definitely the number was over 10 and close to 20, the correct numbers on the website. But the Honorable Chief Minister has repealed redundant acts, and they have instituted newer policies that are more conducive to business, startups, innovation and enterprise in today's day and age. And that is huge. Again, proof of the pudding when he says decentralized, policy-centric, investment-centric government. He's actually done something to make sure that policies are contemporary, and he's also brought down the time to start business has been reduced to 18 days in Andhra Pradesh. Wow. Again, all of this information you will find on the Advantage AP website, because these are the very advantages that are being offered to investors investing in Andhra Pradesh.
So we'd now like to just invite some of our dignitaries who are gathered here.
So ladies and gentlemen,
So, yeah. Yes, Deepika, let's invite up on stage our dignitaries
Yes.
who are here. We have Shri Gajananna. He's the CEO and Managing Director of Nova Air. Sir, can we have you on stage, please?
Shri Vineet Mittalji, Chairman, Avada Group. May I request you to join us on the dais, please?
Shri Satyanarayana Chava, the founder and CEO of Loris Labs.
Dr. Vamsi Krishna Bandi, Managing Director, Hetero Group of Companies. May I request you to join us on the dais, please?
We also have Shri Santanam B, the Chief Executive Officer of Saint-Gobain in Asia Pacific and India.
Shri Mr. Sergio Lee, Director and Group Head India Operations, Apache and Hilltop Group. May I request you to join us on the dais, please?
And we also have Srimati Suchitra K. Ella. She's the Chairperson, CII Southern Region and Managing Director of Bharat Biotech International Limited.
Sri Satish Reddy Garu, Chairman, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories. May I request you to join us on the dais, please?
We request our dignitaries to please settle down on the dais, and we will be starting the program very, very shortly. The Honorable Chief Minister is also expected. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this already on stage we have such a power-packed lineup who are here, who have graced this occasion, and who we will all be shortly hearing from. They, of course, bring a lot of important insights that will be helping all of us to know more, not just about Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, their insight into what the future of their respective sectors and industries is in India, and what role Andhra Pradesh is already playing in that story, what role Andhra Pradesh could play in the future.
Exactly. And the aim, you know, what you said, Deepika, last, what's the role that it could play in the future? I believe that it will play a very important role, not just in the growth of the state, but of the country.
Yes.
In fact, I believe the state GDP is higher, it's in double-digit growth, and it's the highest compared to any of the other states in the country. So that, I think, is a very important statistic that should be focused on, that should be highlighted. We also have you were earlier saying about the ease of doing business and how quickly they are able to use give permissions and start off business. And this is where I believe the government is also using technology. And I think technology, of course, has really revolutionized every sector, revolutionized the world. Andhra Pradesh is using that well. And the new horizon of fintech, I think that is also Andhra
That
Pradesh.
is one, but again here culture and the individual comes into play, because I remember you said there isn't red tapeism in this government, and therefore things move fast. And yesterday the Honorable Chief Minister also said that any problems you have, just give my office a phone call, and that commitment to an open audience
is very important, very sizable, very momentous, because it is that is what people require,
that confidence that we are there for you, the government is there to back you up.
Ease of access, so that they can, any concerns that can be addressed. And in fact, we've seen this whole, in fact, we had so many MOUs, we are going to have some more also. Yesterday also MOUs were signed. It's interesting, it's heartwarming to see the commitment both from industry and government to make this happen. In fact,
and it was particularly encouraging to hear from those who have already invested and reaped the benefits of Advantage Andhra Pradesh. I think that instills far more confidence in those who have come here exploring where they can forge opportunities.
Absolutely. In fact, Deepika, at the road shows also, they spoke about, we were talking about industries at the road shows, and there were many industries that showed their interest. Again, this part of being accessible, ease of access to an audience, that was shown at the road shows, because we had a question and answer session and many people put up their hand. Some had queries that they wanted answers to, which were answered, or at least was said that, listen, we will address it, and numbers were exchanged, email contacts were exchanged, and many also put up their hand and wanted to share their opinion of their experience and what they are looking forward to. So that helped also know the pulse of what the investors want.
Absolutely, yes.
And the other parts on the road shows there were a lot of insights that came in, which again the government was very open to. You know, they were open to hear. That I think is very important to show the collaboration, the commitment, because the state government is also saying that we are here. If you have some industries that you are interested in, that you feel are important and where you need
we
their
are
support.
open. They've left it open to people to express their interests.
Absolutely.
You know, and explore new areas. Like you rightly said, the government has named 13 sectors as focus sectors, but that doesn't mean that
it's only those 13.
Only those sectors. I think what the government is really trying to say here is that we are open. We have the natural resources and we have the skill and the will in terms of policies and a supportive and proactive government. So if you have an idea, come and tell us and invest here, and you know, let's partner on this.
Lovely. You know, Deepika, the other part where what I've enjoyed about Andhra Pradesh is the food. Now I feel like I have a low tolerance of spice, and all my friends and say, "Tu wahan jaake kya khayega?" Andhra Pradesh food is the best food for people that love the spice.
So see, that is the thing, that spice is generally an overpowering element of food. So it overpowers all the other things, but not just spice. We have a lot of very unique sweets in Andhra Pradesh. We also have, you know, each vegetable in the Telugu style can be cooked in at least 5 different ways.
Oh, wow.
We also have an abundance of vegetables down south in general, and particularly in Andhra Pradesh. And the other thing is, in any Andhra household you go to, any vegetable can be made into a chutney. That's the other beautiful thing. Any vegetable can be made into a chutney, and we use a lot of green chili spices. It's really not so harsh on the gut. You know, it's a lot of vitamin C, and it actually helps in digestion. But for those of you who are not from Andhra Pradesh, and those of you who've come, you know, internationally, you can just let people at restaurants know that you'd like something less spicy. We do have dishes that are not, you know, power-packed with spice.
No, that's for sure, because I've enjoyed all my meals in my stay here in Vizag.
Even gunpowder. So the name gunpowder reeks of spice, but idlis with gunpowder is quite popular, and not all of them are spicy.
That's it, really.
Yeah.
I also believe that sambar is something to rave about, and absolutely delicious.
So what is different from the sambar in Andhra is that we use tamarind for you know, as part of the seasoning, so that gives it a distinct taste from, let's say, the Udupi sambar or the Karnataka sambar.
I've also been informed, Deepika, right now that we are also awaiting the arrival of the 2 honorable union ministers. We are expecting shortly Sri G. Kishan Reddy, the Honorable Union Minister of Culture, Tourism and Development of Northern Eastern Region with the Government of India, and also Sri Sarbananda Sonowal, the Honorable Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush with the Government of India. We're waiting there.
A lot of support from the union government as well for this event and for all the investment being garnered by the state.
So we are waiting for them to arrive also, and then we would be kick-starting the valedictory session. But you know, Deepika, like we can talk, you know, we can talk so much about the state of Andhra Pradesh. What I also, again, we've said this earlier about the coastline, but I feel that also developing that coastline is important,
and that's what's being done. 6 ports up and running already, and 4 ports under development.
Exactly. The other part is also, you know, earlier also, like I mentioned, and people might think that we're kind of repeating ourselves, but it's also important to highlight these parts, because that is where growth,
the advantage in Andhra Pradesh lies.
Exactly, where abundance meets prosperity. That is the key word, the abundance, where other states, other cities are struggling for space, for water, for electricity. All 3 for workforce, and all 4 of these elements are in abundance in Andhra Pradesh, which helps not just the development of industry, business, economy, but also the development of society as a whole. That holistic growth that we earlier spoke about is also pretty much right here in Andhra Pradesh.
I also noticed even on the website of Advantage AP, they mentioned quality power supply, which is very important. It's not just about having power supply, but having a really power-packed power supply.
Exactly, and enough power to sustain living as well as industry. That is important to bring about that growth. Once again, we'd like to welcome all our delegates who've joined in. Thank you for patiently waiting. We do have an exciting lineup of speakers here, followed by a beautiful, lovely cultural event. I mean, in fact, there will be two cultural performances. So we have a cultural section.
We have again a Kuchipudi and a fusion dance.
Navratnalu performance.
Navratnalu
performance today, followed by the iconic Karsh Kale and team performing right here on this stage, which will be happening very shortly after this valedictory function.
I'm sorry, I'm going back to power, but it just occurred to me because we just saw the signing of so many renewable energy MOUs. So we already have an abundance of power, and further with renewable energy, that power is going to be notched up.
You know, but Deepika, you know, a lot what they say that action speaks louder than words, and videos also speak louder than words. So we have a lovely video that we'd like to show the audience. It's a short video, and earlier we were talking about startups and innovation. So here's a short video on startups. Let's take a look at that.
Leader in startup and innovation ecosystem. India is the third largest startup ecosystem globally, with over 81,000 plus DPIIT recognized startups. Out of these, nearly 50% of startups hail from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Andhra Pradesh has a vibrant startup and innovation ecosystem in various sectors spread across the 26 districts of the state. The Andhra Pradesh Innovation Society has been established to nurture a conducive and startup-friendly environment for next-generation entrepreneurs to pursue their dreams and compete globally. The society has set up incubation hub centers at Visakhapatnam, Tirupati, Vijayawada and Kakinada with 65,000 square feet incubation space for supporting the startups. These incubation hubs provide curated services such as mentoring, product prototyping, market access, funding assistance, growth acceleration, IP support, and legal assistance. Special emphasis is laid on supporting startups working in rural areas and also in the sectors of circular economy, sustainability, and green energy.
Once the quality of education is improvised, automatically you will have children with better IQ levels. And these children with better IQ levels are the people that you're talking about who can use these drones, who know how to use these drones at that village level. So that is when sustainable economy at the village level will take place.
The startups led by women, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe entrepreneurs are provided additional support through seed funding and other fiscal incentives. Andhra Pradesh has 30 incubators and accelerators spread across various educational and research institutions in the state. Andhra Pradesh Innovation Society acts as a network of networks by coordinating with the incubators and accelerators, providing opportunities for sharing infrastructure and resources, and organizing a common pool of mentors and investors. AP Startup One portal is an integrated digital platform for startups, incubators, mentors, and investors to connect, explore, and network. The portal acts as a one-stop shop for availing various benefits offered by the government of Andhra Pradesh. Through the AP Startup One portal, a series of innovation challenges and hackathons are being hosted that engage with government departments, academia, and industry. With these initiatives, Andhra Pradesh is poised to become the leader in startup and innovation ecosystem and provide glorious opportunities for youth to harness their talent and innovation.
And that was the AV on startups. We hope you enjoyed it and also took away some information about the startup environment in Andhra Pradesh. Coming up, we have an AV on one of Andhra Pradesh's favorite sectors. I say favorite because, you know, so many of our youth are in this sector, the IT sector, the information technology sector. Everything today is digital and digital transformation.
Before we go into that, sorry, we're just being joined by the Honorable Industries Minister, Shri Gudivada Amarnath, sir. If we can have you on stage also. Right, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sorry, you were talking about the IT sector.
No, I was saying that, you know, the upcoming sector is Andhra Pradesh's favorite sector.
We'd also just like to invite up on stage Shri Rajesh Mandavewala, the Managing Director of Wellspun Group. He's also here with us. So if we can have you on stage joining us. Now, we'll also shortly be joined by the Honorable Chief Minister, sir. Let's talk. So yes, we were talking about the IT sector, why it's important, and
not just important, also a favorite of the state. I was saying that so many of our youth are in that generation. Everyone's in IT and computing, and why not? Today is the day and age of digital transformation, and it's really cool the way the government is using digital transformation as well. We are looking forward to a lot of investment in Andhra Pradesh in the IT sector.
Exactly, and you know, Shri Gudivada Amarnath ji is also the Minister for IT, and we've had these detailed discussions at the road shows about that sector as well. Exactly like you said about how the state is using that to take it one step forward to make these growth happen, to bring about progress, and using IT not just in the space of IT, but using that as an offshoot and helping growth in other areas. Again, when I say areas, I just don't mean business sectors, but in life, in all aspects.
Absolutely, IT is an enabler in every aspect of life.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join Sumit and me as we welcome the young, dynamic, visionary, Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu. Please welcome him to this venue.
And we're also joined by Shri G. Kishan Reddy, the Honorable Union Minister of Culture, Tourism and Development of North Eastern Region, Government of India. Thank you, sir, for joining us here on the dais.
అందరికీ వేదిక మీదకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాం అందరినీ నమస్కారం స్వాగతం సుస్వాగతం.
We're also joined by the Honorable Industries Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Gudivada Amarnath sir, along with the Honorable Finance Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Bukanna Rajendranath sir. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to bring your attention to someone we have in the audience in the very first row, someone who's brought a lot of pride and laurels to the country and stands tall and proud in her achievements, the badminton champion PV Sindhu. Thank you for joining us.
We will now start the proceedings of the valedictory session, and all that we've been talking about, to hear from these dignitaries, who will be sharing their points of view, sharing their thoughts, and very importantly, sharing their vision for the way ahead here in Andhra Pradesh at the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023 in Visakhapatnam.
Under the able leadership of its young and dynamic Chief Minister, the Honorable Shri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, Andhra Pradesh has progressed immensely, creating new benchmarks with a strong, decentralized, citizen-centric government. The state of Andhra Pradesh has embarked on a new journey of sustainable development through inclusive growth. And there you have the audience cheering for their beloved Chief Minister. abundant with advantages in every aspect, be it geographical, be it agricultural, industrial, infrastructural. Andhra Pradesh is a state where industry flourishes in a host of thrust sectors facilitated by a growth-oriented and supportive government. We have the skill, we have the will in the form of this supportive government, and we have the natural resources for you to come and leverage the advantage of Andhra Pradesh towards our collective prosperity.
Exactly. And now, to start the proceedings of the valedictory session, I'd like to invite the Chief Secretary to the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. K.S. Jawahar Reddy, to give us the welcome address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, Honorable Union Minister for Tourism, Culture and Northeastern Development, Sri J. Kishan Reddy Garu, Honorable Ministers of the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Captains from industry who are on the dais, Honorable MPs, MLAs and MLCs of the State of Andhra Pradesh, officers from Government of India and Government of Andhra Pradesh, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you. A very warm welcome to all of you at the valedictory session of Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023 at Visakhapatnam. I am delighted to note that this summit has been a resounding success, with participants from different parts of the world coming together and collectively exploring progressive business opportunities and forging strong, sustainable partnerships for collaboration and growth. I am confident that the partnerships and collaborations formed during this summit will create a robust and sustainable economic ecosystem in Andhra Pradesh. Over the last 2 days, we had the privilege of hosting sessions on 15 different sectors, ranging from information technology, industrial logistics and infrastructure, renewable energy and green hydrogen, healthcare, aerospace, defense, automobiles, electronics, tourism and pharmaceuticals. And there were also 4 country sessions with the United Arab Emirates, Netherlands, Vietnam and Western Australia, in which we have witnessed engaging discussions on sectoral trends and showcasing Andhra Pradesh potential across these diverse industries. At this summit, we have brought together industry experts, thought leaders and government officials to share their experiences and insights on investment opportunities in Andhra Pradesh. We hope that these sessions have facilitated in understanding the abundant opportunities available in the state and starting the process of forging constructive partnerships to accelerate the state's economic growth. As a state, we have fast-track institutional mechanism that ensures all industry approvals within 21 days and also a single window that brings together 96 services of 24 government departments in one place. We would like to reassure industry fraternity that we will take great care in providing the necessary hand-holding support to the corporate sector through their investment journey in the state of Andhra Pradesh. We hope that all of you had a very memorable and engaging experience at the Global Investors Summit 2023 in Andhra Pradesh. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. K.S. Jawahar Reddy Garu. Ladies and gentlemen, a conducive business environment, robust industrial infrastructural, strong logistics infrastructure, strategic location, quality power and water availability, industry-ready skilled workforce, raw material availability, and low cost of doing business. These are the 8 key tenets on which the state of Andhra Pradesh supports the success of its industries. I would now like to invite the Honorable Minister of Industries and Commerce, Infrastructure and Investment and Information Technology from the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Gudivada Amarnath Garu, to please give his address.
Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, Honorable Union Minister for Tourism and Culture, Shri Kishan Reddy Garu, my colleagues, ministers from the state government, Honorable Chief Secretary Jawahar Reddy Garu, distinguished industry leaders on the dais, esteemed industry leaders of the dais, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. As we come to the close of Andhra Pradesh Global Investor Summit 2023, I would like to start with a short verse in Telugu by the legendary poet Sri Gurujada Apparao Garu. Desamunu preminchumanna మంచి అన్నది పెంచుమన్నా ఒట్టి మాటలు కట్టి పెట్టోయ్ గట్టి మేలు తలపెట్టవోయ్. Translating it into English, it simply means love your country, spread its goodness, minimize any shallow talk and put in great efforts instead. I believe that this short verse clearly reflects the Honorable Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu. He is a man of few words and stays away from publicity, but his game-changing and transformational efforts across spheres of governance truly reflects his love for the state and its people. The impressive lineup of several business tycoons who graced the state over the past 2 days and extended their support in terms of investments to the state of Andhra Pradesh can be attributed to the Honorable Chief Minister's credibility, his vision, his virtue of living up to his word, and as Mr. Dalmia said yesterday, his jokes as highlighted yesterday. Both yesterday post the inaugural session and today we have seen hectic deliberations on multiple sectors with the prospect of developing these sectors as economic drivers of Andhra Pradesh. I'm sure that these discussions will help pave the path for future investments and strategic reforms. Over the years, Andhra Pradesh has historically attracted investments all across the sectors, both from domestic investors as well as from the industry, from the international investors. In the last 2 days of the summit, we look back at the eminent industry leaders who have been present on the dais and varied sectors that they represented. Andhra Pradesh is that one state that can give opportunities across the spectrum, across sectors and across the value chain. Andhra Pradesh has all houses facilities of companies from countries representing North America, Europe, Asia, Australia and Africa. The strong international community at the summit clearly reflects our global connect. While supporting a larger anchor investments, our government also provides special emphasis on support to our vibrant MSME sector, which is a critical component of Andhra Pradesh economic growth and employment channel. Over the past 1.5 days, as part of many conversations that I have had, the overwhelming sentiment within the industry is of optimism and dynamism. To match the abundant strengths of the state in terms of resources, talent and infrastructure availability, our government will work with equal measure of energy and enthusiasm to meet our expectations. We look forward to working with all of you to develop Andhra Pradesh as one of India's economic power engines under the dynamic leadership of Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu. Thank you. Thank you one and all for coming to the beautiful city of Visakhapatnam, the city of destiny. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Gudivada Amarnath, sir. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Now, Nova Air has focused on developing solutions using cutting-edge application technology, and we'd like to hear more from them. So I'd like to invite the CEO and Managing Director of Nova Air, Shri Jagananna, for his address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Jagannath Reddy Garu, Honorable Union Minister for Culture and Tourism, Mr. Krishnan Reddy Garu, all the ministers in the cabinet of Andhra Pradesh, dignitaries on the state dais, dignitaries of the dais, and ladies and gentlemen. What lovely these 2 days have been, very exciting, full of joy, full of excitement, very enriching personally for me. And we've seen a lot of confidence and trust in the state leadership, in the state team. And the trust and confidence is rightly put by all the industry captains. Because this is a state which is number 1 in growth, 11.47%, which is number 1 in ease of doing business, has such a fantastic visionary leadership, very, very sound foundation of policies, excellent administrative machinery to roll out the policies, and more than that, abundant natural resources, great talent pool, and now fast-growing ecosystem. What more an industry person can ask? So this 13.5 lakh crore of commitment, the trust which is entrusted by the government and the industry captain is absolutely validated. This is a valedictory session, and many like me and my colleagues who have already invested in Andhra Pradesh, we already have committed to Andhra Pradesh, we have become part of Andhra Pradesh, we can vouch for this. Let me share my experience as Nova Air. We are an oxygen company. Everybody got to know oxygen during the COVID phase. I mean, we've always been breathing it, but we got aware of oxygen when COVID hit us badly. And we built our oxygen plant right through the COVID waves. And let me tell you, the industry benchmark for building such plants are 18 to 20 months. And Nova Air team, with a lot of support, encouragement and hand-holding by the governmental agencies, built this in 14 months. We were very well supported by even Sri City team to get us where we were. So let me quote Paulo Coelho, is a Brazilian poet, which says, "The future is shaped by examples and not by opinions." And here are there abundant examples of how an industry is handheld, encouraged, supported by the whole Andhra team to make it successful. And let me quote from Honorable Chief Minister Sir's yesterday's speech. He said, "We are just a phone call away." And let me tell you, with my experience, it's absolutely true. This is our experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm very fortunate to be part of this exciting journey. I wish all the very best to the state of Andhra Pradesh to propel in the next level of growth and all the success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Shri Gajanan Nabarji. Clean energy transition is of both national and international importance, and Andhra Pradesh is leading the way in promoting the renewable energy sector and is well positioned to drive India's sustainable economic development going forward. I'd like to invite the chairperson of Avada Group, Shri Vineet Mittalji, for his address to this gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Shri Jagan Mohan Reddy ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Reddy ji, Honorable Union Minister of Tourism and Culture, Shri Amarnath ji, Honorable Minister of Industries and Commerce and IT, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Dr. K.S. Johar Reddy, Honorable Chief Secretary, Government of Andhra Pradesh, distinguished guests, friends from industry, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to convey my warm greetings to Honorable CM Jagan Mohan Garu and his team for pulling such an exceptional investment into Andhra and setting up a role model for rest of the country. With this level of commitment in investment, I think what Andhra can look for in itself to become a $1 trillion economy, maybe the year would be determined by the phase at which these projects get implemented and turn into reality. For us, Andhra has been part of our journey since more than a decade, from a small project in Pulivendala, and we had an exceptional experience in executing that project. That was the first solar plant in the state, and Honorable PM had awarded us for that particular project. So it's part of our success and growth journey. Andhra plays a role and becoming net zero maverick in the world. Andhra is playing a very, very vital role. What Andhra has done, it's blessed with abundance of sun god, wind, and they have done so usually solar and wind are intermittent supplies, and you need a form of storage to balance it out, where Andhra has taken the leadership role, and with the right mix of solar, wind, pumped hydro, state will become pioneer not just in India but across the world in green energy transition. And as many of you know that many countries in the West have started imposing carbon border adjustment taxes for exporting to, it would become world, but Europe has already introduced CBAM, so there is a huge differentiating factor which Andhra is already developing in that space. And I think its government has realized that opportunity early on and is on path to monetize it successfully. The reason what excites us to Andhra Pradesh is not only the success story we had from the first project, second project. I think it's their strategy and in true sense ease of doing business. It takes a lot of effort to become India's #1, where almost every state is competing of large investment. My huge appreciation and hats off to the state officers and CM Saab for achieving it. As a Avada group, we are going to be investing hugely into integrated energy story, into solar, wind, pumped hydro project, along with a large green ammonia and green hydrogen project in the state. We are looking forward to starting the project as soon as we get all our approvals and permission. The reason our board approved that large investment is because of favorable policy environment for business and proactiveness of state government in identifying the land bank, identifying the grid, identifying pumped hydro location, as well as location for green hydrogen and its variants. So thank you state government, thank you Honorable CM Saab for taking this lead. I would like to thank on behalf of Avada family to you and your entire team for the tireless efforts in organizing the event and closely analyzing and approving the investment proposal. Wish you all the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Mittal, for that. Now, Andhra Pradesh also leverages its existing pharmaceutical, biotech and medical device clients to develop future-focused strategies. And this next company that does this, I'd like to invite them up on stage. We'd like to invite the founder and CEO of Laurus Labs, Shri Satyanarayana Chava, for his address. Over to you, sir.
Honorable Chief Minister Jagannath Reddy Garu, Honorable Cabinet Minister of the Government of India, Kishan Reddy Garu, Ministers on the dais, and representatives of the people and the administration on the dais, the growth pillars of the country, industry doyens sitting on the stage, friends, good morning to all of you. There are few sectors Andhra Pradesh is doing good and will continue to do very well. Logistics, because of the long coastline. Green energy, because of the initiatives taken by the government. And pharmaceutical industry. These three sectors, Andhra is leading the country. In some cases, maybe leading the world as well. Why I am saying the pharmaceutical industry, this state will do very well. The state has several largest API factories in the world. I'm not talking about the country. World's largest API factories are located in the state. To name, Hetero Labs has a 500-acre complex at Nakkapalli. That is the world's largest API factory. Divi's has another 500-acre world's largest API factory. Aurobindo has another world's large-scale API factory. Dr. Reddy's has another integrated zero-discharge global-scale factory in Paida Bhimavaram. And our company, Laurus, also has one of the world's largest factory in Paravada. So, earlier, the combined state used to be called as a bulk drug capital of the country. Even after the states were separated, the Andhra still retained the leadership in the bulk drugs. So Andhra definitely is the bulk drug capital of the country even today. Maybe even in the future, maybe Andhra will become the bulk drug capital of the world as well. Why I'm saying, for example, I can give my own case. Our first team member we recruited in 2007. And today, we have 8,000 team size right now. We grew from one employee in 2007, we grew to 8,000 by end of 2022. That was possible only because of the ecosystem available around the state and proactive government, proactive bureaucracy. As people were talking about the reachability of the leaders, both to government as well as administration, I think they definitely deserve a big applause from all the industries who are operating from the state. And another factor here, I'll give a few examples why the state will continue to do very well. Along with us, many of the industries produce 75% of the world HIV drugs are made in Andhra Pradesh. I'm not joking. 75% of the world HIV drugs are produced in Andhra Pradesh. Maybe diabetes drugs, cardiovascular, many other drugs, Andhra produces lion's share of the drugs what world needs. So this state, I'm sure, will continue to do very well in the pharmaceutical sector. And this pharmaceutical segment, I think there is no need for state to market. I think they have done exceedingly well. I think if they put more industrial areas, more investments will come. If you write 10 big names of pharmaceutical companies in the country, they have their operations in Andhra. That is the way this pharmaceutical sector is growing. And I'm very glad that we have committed to invest further in the pharmaceutical sector here. Not only in the pharmaceutical API sector, we also have a formulation factory. We are also planning to invest in fermentation in Vizag. So our investment, our commitment will continue to be there for the state. And I wish the government as well as the administrators for doing such a great job. And another advantage for the state is leading in digital drive. That is helping in the decision making process much faster, much transparent. Even in the drug controller applications, and also we get approvals much faster than many other states elsewhere. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to continue to invest in the state and be part of the growth of the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Satyanarayana Chava Garu. From advanced R&D capabilities to world-class manufacturing facilities to developing new cures for challenging diseases, pharmaceutical companies have found a home in Andhra Pradesh.
We would like to invite onto the dais Managing Director of Hetero Group of Companies, Dr. Vamsi Krishna Bandi, to address this gathering, please.
Honorable Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, Honorable Union Cabinet Minister Kishan Reddy Garu, other Cabinet Ministers, bureaucrats, eminent personalities from industry and other esteemed guests, I am honored to be here today. Today in the pharmaceutical sector worldwide, it is well known that India is playing a leading global role and Andhra Pradesh continues to play a significant role to achieve this status. Post-pandemic, as more countries look at India as a partner of choice in pharmaceutical sector, Andhra Pradesh is ideally placed to take advantage because of a well-established ecosystem. Under the leadership of late Chief Minister Dr. Y.S. Reddy Garu, the pharmaceutical policy has been established to initiate Visakhapatnam as a pharma hub. This initiative has led to today's pharma city and home to many pharmaceutical companies. Hetero Group is a 2.5 billion enterprise engaged in pharmaceutical products globally. Hetero is one of the beneficiaries of the AP government pharmaceutical policy. Hetero has its largest manufacturing campus spread across 500 acres in Nakkapalli, Visakhapatnam, which was built over the last decade with an investment of over 2,500 crores. We employ today about 10,000 employees directly and indirectly in Andhra Pradesh. Hetero supplies about 40% of global HIV medicines, and all of these manufactured in Andhra Pradesh. We have also conducted our CSR initiatives in collaboration with Government of Andhra Pradesh in education sectors such as Nadu Nedu program by adopting about 400 schools. I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister for constant support and encouragement for our company to work here. We are committed to Andhra Pradesh and will continue to expand our presence here. We will be investing about 1,000 crores in Andhra Pradesh over the next 2 years to grow our pharmaceutical and specialty business. This will generate an employment of a minimum of 3,000 people. Under the able leadership of our Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, the pharmaceutical sector in Andhra Pradesh will prosper and attract significant investment and employment opportunities. I thank you for giving me this opportunity today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insights. Now, moving on, our next speaker is someone who will be talking about how the state has continuously supported investor companies in their business journeys here. I'd like to invite the Chief Executive Officer of Saint-Gobain, Asia Pacific and India, Shri Santanam B, for his address.
Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Union Minister, Honorable Ministers of Andhra Pradesh, fellow industrialists on the dais and off the dais, it's a huge privilege to represent the Saint-Gobain Group here. We really thank your government for that. but I'm not going to talk about what our company is doing. And I'm going to really talk about why anyone in their best mind will consider investing in Andhra Pradesh. You saw what happened yesterday. Unbelievable amount of investments by very large industrial companies are pouring into what at the core Andhra Pradesh offers. Andhra Pradesh offers an ability to make products and solutions in a sustainable way. If you saw that investment that are pouring in the renewable energy space, that gives you a tremendous amount of confidence for companies like us. Because our purpose is to make the world a better home. But after listening to all the speakers, as well as listening to one of the speeches by the Honorable Chief Minister on sustainability, I'm here to conclude that Andhra Pradesh is probably will make the world better and have all of them be at their be a home for almost all the multinationals and large companies who really want sustainable manufacturing. And that really gladdens the world, because as one of my previous speakers spoke, Mr. Mittal spoke about how it is important for large global corporations to consider sustainable manufacturing as a linchpin in their strategy. And we are committed to that. So we are really happy that we are invested here and we continue to invest in this particular state. But why do we do that? I think the state has got what I call as 4 C's, which are very important. Firstly, it's a very competent state. I mean, the whole world is run by people from the Telugu diaspora. So we know the people of Andhra Pradesh are extremely talented. But I want to add one little thing which we discovered after coming here. Many of us are committed to diversity. That essentially means we want more women working in our manufacturing and other operations. But what I'm really happy is that we are able to find high quality technical talent, engineers, diploma holders and others from the state, and we are able to employ them in our manufacturing. So when you really look at competence, just don't look at the fact that you have a lot of people, but you really have a lot of talented women engineers in the state. And in fact, the state is home to some of the engineering colleges which are exclusively focused on women. The second area where I believe it's very important is commitment. And I can tell you that we invested during the COVID period. And during the COVID period, it was extraordinarily difficult to make investments and to do many of our projects. I think the industries department and the support from the chief secretary and others, we were able to do this following very strict protocols. We were able to complete the factory well in time. And I would say that the factory is running exceedingly well, and we are committed to more and more investments in the same site. So that's an extraordinary amount of commitment. And during this period also, we had one challenging issue. And when we talked to the industries department, and there was a lot of support to solve that issue. When we talk about ease of doing business, it's not just ease of doing business at the time when you are coming in. You know, it's not just like in the marriage you do everything, but it's really ease of doing business when you're running the business here. And that's where I think Andhra Pradesh excels. The third area of C that I talk about is credibility. I can tell you that based on our experience, Andhra Pradesh walks the talk and it talks the walk. You know what exactly you're getting. You also know that you will get it in the time that has been committed. And so this is one of the important elements of credibility that I see. And the last one is, this is a state which has been continuously improving. It had a reasonable position in ease of doing business, but today it's the #1 state in the ease of doing business. #1 states in terms of logistics, port infrastructure. And today and yesterday, whatever investment that have been committed on renewable energy, I'm going to go back and say that this is a state where we can have 100% renewable energy powering our factories. So that essentially gives a tremendous amount of confidence. So be it competence, commitment, credibility, and continuous improvement, this is the state. So we continue to stay invested. I'm pretty much certain that every industrialist here, every house here thinks the same way. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. Thank you, the industries ministers and the officials in Andhra Pradesh, for inviting us to speak at this very important event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable insight. Now, when it comes to ease of doing business, Andhra Pradesh, as we have already told you but cannot tell you enough, has been the first, number one in the country under ease of doing business for 3 consecutive years. With single desk approval systems provided by the government of Andhra Pradesh, businesses and investors are truly understanding the magnitude of advantage Andhra Pradesh. I would now like to invite Director and Group Head India Operations Apache and Hilton Group, Mr. Sergio Lee, to deliver his address to this group, please.
Honorable and dynamic Chief Minister, Mr. Jagannath Reddy, Honorable Industrial Minister, Honorable Finance Minister, Chief Secretary, Special Chief Secretary of Industrial, delegates, officers, fellow industrial colleagues, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Sergio, this is my honor to be here, representing Apache Group in India. We are a Taiwan-based company, and Apache is pioneer in sport footwear, making industrial for the last 4 decades. Apache Group has operations in 3 countries, China, India, and Vietnam. And the biggest one is in India. We are exclusive supply partner to world-class brand Adidas. Apache India was established in 2006 in AP State. And so far we have 3 employees with $100 million investment. We are exclusive OEM to Adidas and 100% export to all over the world. I would like to make this change and share Apache India's successful story and witness to all of you that Apache is a prime example of ease of doing business in AP State. This happened in 2006 itself, that Apache India could able to sign the MOU and start the first production in SEZ within record of 9 months, while Dr. YSR was CM, and the kind of support we received from government, including single window clearance, and government officials worked for us day and night to bring our industrial in record 9 months time, include getting SEZ approval from the central government. That time, our CM's father, Dr. YSR, was CM, who was the visionary leader. And today, our CM and his government is transforming his visionary into execution. It's really happy to see and make our investment very worthy. AP government is also very active in listening from enterprise view and needs. AP State is rich in skill level of manpower with high maturity to adapt industrial culture. I would like to take this opportunity to announce that Apache Group has decided to continue to invest in AP State. And very recently, we have signed an MOU to invest another $100 million with 10,000 employment in Tirupati district. This new investment will focus based on Apache Group's 30 years experience and knowledge in footwear to create the best world-class facility. I wish AP government and dynamic CM all my very best. And we are very confident as we are in good hands. Looking forward the journey together in this resourceful state where abundance meets prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, for that. I'd now like to invite up our next speaker, the chairman of Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Dr. Satish Reddy, sir. Sir, if we could have you on the dais.
Honorable Chief Minister Jagannath Reddy Garu, Kishan Reddy Garu, Union Cabinet Minister, senior officials of the government of Andhra Pradesh, my fellow industrialists from Andhra Pradesh who are on the dais, also various dignitaries who have come from across the world to this important event. I first wanted to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for inviting me to this very prestigious event for the state. Under his leadership, the state has grown from strength to strength. In various sectors, my colleagues from the industry have spoken, including the pharmaceutical sector, on how the state has been extremely good to us. So without taking too much time, I just probably want to touch upon one or two points, especially on the life sciences sector, of which pharmaceutical industry is a very important component. It's one of the best opportune times for the pharmaceutical industry. Currently, overall, if you see the Indian pharmaceutical industry, it's about $45 billion at this point of time overall, half split between exports and the domestic. It has the potential to go almost up to $130 billion by the year 2030. And in terms of taking advantage of this opportunity, there are two factors playing in at this point of time. One is clearly what we commonly keep hearing about China plus one strategy. A lot of companies post-COVID are looking to diversify, and India happens to be one such country where they're very, very keen because of obviously our history in terms of what we have done in pharmaceuticals, especially on the API front and also along the value chain. That's number one. Also, the recent Russia-Ukraine war has also caused more and more companies to look at India as an opportunity, especially for the services point of view. There's several opportunities again present along the pharmaceutical chain which we can look at. In this context, I think the important thing, especially for most of the delegates who have visited, is to look very closely at Andhra Pradesh as your investment destination. Because if you see the various things that are happening, my colleagues from the industry have also referred to this, when it comes to ease of doing business, when it comes to the infrastructure, when it comes to the industry-friendly nature of the government, I think this is the best place to invest. Dr. Reddy's as a company has been here since a very long time. In fact, for the last 35 years, when we started as a company in 1984 in Hyderabad, my father at that point of time, the founder, Dr. Anjali Didar, my father, he was very clear that Hyderabad is a landlocked city for the future of API manufacture, because we started as an API manufacturing company. He was very keen that we look at a place, and then he zeroed in on Vizag. So 1998 is when we started the first plant, almost 35 years back, and today it's almost about 500 acres of land that we have in Paidi Bhimavaram, and also we are present in the Duvada SEZ. Here's where we have set up almost 5 manufacturing units of the finished dosage, not just APIs. APIs, we have 2 large facilities, and we continue to invest in this state. There's, again, like I said, tremendous potential in front of us in what can be done. If I talk about ease of doing business, I especially would like to point out, especially the regulatory framework in this state, because we also deal with regulatory agencies, and that's exemplary in terms of very quick approvals, in terms of being industry friendly, and that's something we have gained. Also, in terms of the administration from the government, all the approvals for most of the plants that we have put up, that's very, very easy for us. So in terms of the potential it offers, in terms of the ease of doing business, there is plenty that can be done. I just wanted to close not just about the opportunity that we have, but in terms of taking our industry forward, there is one thing which is about innovation. So far we have done well in APIs. There's an opportunity now coming up. On finished dosages, There is a lot of movement that has taken place, especially also investments coming in Andhra Pradesh. A lot of multinational companies have also set up here. But then I think the real value, moving from volume to value, it will all come from innovation. And that's where I think we again have the potential to lead, because we have an example of, the medtech zone that's being created. A lot of innovations come from there, but especially for life sciences, there's lots more potential that can come. So for innovation, I'm sure again Andhra can show the way. The last point again, I especially wanted to commend Chief Minister Jagannath Reddy Garu, because not just about the industrial climate, not just about the transformation of the state, especially when it comes to social indicators on the education front and especially on the healthcare front. We are extremely fortunate. I was just mentioning to the Honorable Chief Minister that all of us remember his father, the late Dr. Y.S.R. Garu, Rajshekar Reddy Garu, for the tertiary healthcare, the APGIS program that he launched in the combined state of Andhra Pradesh, which benefited so many people, especially people from the poor sections who otherwise could not afford healthcare. In healthcare, I'm sure from the programs that he has started and he's about to launch, he can absolutely transform the remaining part of the healthcare, which I think is very, very crucial for the state, and set an example not only for Andhra Pradesh, but for the rest of the country in being the model healthcare system. That's all what we look forward to. So once again, I thank Honorable Chief Minister for inviting me here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, Dr. Satish Reddy Garu. It gives me great pleasure to invite now the chairperson of CII Southern Region and the managing director of Bharat Biotech International Limited, Srimati Suchitra K. Ella, to talk about what is in store for pharmaceuticals and vaccine manufacturing, drug development, and so on.
Good morning to you all, and andariki namaskaram. నాకు కొంచెం తెలుగు వచ్చు, కానీ తెలుగులో పూర్తిగా మాట్లాడలేను, అంత సాహసం చేయలేను ఇప్పుడు. కాబట్టి ఇంగ్లీష్కే పరిమితం అవుతాను అని మీ అందరికీ చెప్పుకుంటున్నాను. Honorable Chief Minister Shri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, this has been the Honorable Central Minister Shri Kishan Reddy Garu, ministers from the government of Andhra Pradesh, the industries minister and all the other senior ministers who are present here today, all the senior most officials of the government of Andhra Pradesh, the chief secretary and the principal secretary industries, and all friends from media, my colleagues from the industry who are here today, and ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to address this gathering at the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit, here today being held in Visakhapatnam. I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister and the government of Andhra Pradesh for organizing this flagship event aimed at showcasing the strengths of Andhra Pradesh to the global business community. As the chairperson of the CII Southern Region that I am representing here as well, apart from being the managing director of Bharat Biotech International, we are greatly honored to be associated as the industry partner to the government of Andhra Pradesh for the Global Investors Summit. And we would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister and all his colleagues in the Industries Department for their continuous support in the last few months. Andhra Pradesh has emerged as a model state in India in achieving progress on several crucial fronts as inclusive economic growth, employment generation, social progress, decentralized government, and rural transformation, all within a short span of few years. The Confederation of Indian Industries bond with the state of Andhra Pradesh. CII has had a very special bond with the state, which we have worked at the ground level on key industry development projects, hand-holding MSMEs and other industries in the state as well. CII has had a special relationship with the former Chief Minister, Dr. Y.S. Reddy Garu, who was instrumental in getting CII to work on green initiatives not only in AP but on a pan-India basis based out of Andhra Pradesh. The district development plans. CII has done district development plans in partnership with the district administration in the cities of Kurnool, Kadapa.
Suchita ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. Just wanting to welcome the Honorable Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Shri Sarbananda Sonwal. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us here. Ma'am, back to you.
Thank you. The district development plans, as I was mentioning earlier, CII has worked on many district development plans in partnership with the district administrations in the cities of Kurnool, Kadapa, Vizag, Tirupati, wherein we have got inputs from all key stakeholders of each district in developing the vision document of the district. All these were done during the term of Dr. late Sri Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu, the father of our Chief Minister and then the Chief Minister of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. Honorable Chief Minister, CII is keen to work with you and your team in creating the vision documents of the districts in Andhra Pradesh for the next 25 years when India would reach 100. The Indian Women Network is another aspect under the CII that promotes women empowerment in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities in Andhra Pradesh, and CII has launched one chapter of the Indian Women Network, which has a membership of more than 200 women business leaders and professionals at leadership levels to work for women leadership development and for the development of the state at large. We are very keen to open more chapters in Andhra Pradesh and work with more women in rural Andhra Pradesh and to help empowering them and their lives in the days to come. Ivan works with creating curriculum for education in girls' schools, wherein we work with the school education department in formulating the new syllabus for schools and colleges and girls and for women empowerment, and share examples of successful women executives and leadership in life, which will help them having a wide thinking canvas while they grow up in their life and through their journey of education and career building. According to the World Bank data, the women make up 43% of the total graduates of science, technology, engineering and mathematics in India, one of the highest in the world. But just 14% of scientists, engineers and technologists in research and development institutions and universities. So there is no shortage of women STEM teachers at the school levels in India, but when it comes to the higher education, it once again becomes not a very inclusive environment. I would like to take this opportunity to request the Honorable Chief Minister to look into this area and see how Andhra Pradesh can differentiate herself on this area. CII's Indian Women Network would be extremely happy to work with your government, sir, on this initiative. The ease of doing business and the cost of doing business in Andhra Pradesh is the pride in South India, which has many firsts to its credits. It is the first state in the country to have enacted the industrial single window clearance, and the state ranks first in the country, as many of you would know here, in the ease of doing business. The state single window clearance system has paved way for obtaining various permits and licenses within the just 21 days stipulated time, and has won appreciation of global and Indian investors alike. Andhra Pradesh continues to strive further to smoothen the process of setting up and running businesses. The Confederation of Indian Industry would like to work with you and your team again on the cost of doing business, which is the next important concept which all global companies have started to look at. CII is working with a couple of other state governments in this regard, and we are seeing a huge traction between industries and government in this concept. Creating a center of excellence for startups in Andhra Pradesh. Honorable Chief Minister, AP's new industrial policy focuses not only on attracting investments, but also creating a strong MSME base and a vibrant startup ecosystem, and all the creation of jobs. Startups are the future of the state industrial development, and there is a need for an ecosystem for them. Many of them from the southern states have been working on this space, and a few are way ahead. CII would like to work with you and your government, sir, in exploring to have a center for excellence for startups. This center can have facilities such as incubation, mentor connect programs, and also have prototype development centers, etc. CII has many such similar centers in other cities, and we will be more than happy to offer our expertise with to the state of Andhra Pradesh. The CII Andhra Pradesh Connect again goes a very long way, and due to, since I don't want to take more time, I just would like to firmly reinstate that there is no better time than now for Andhra Pradesh to leapfrog in all social and economic spheres as India enters the Amrit Kal, the 25-year-long lead up to the India at 100, occupying a prime space on the world stage. The growing stature of Andhra Pradesh will augur well with the state to garner a lion's share of foreign and domestic investment across the value chain. The B20 and the government of Andhra Pradesh will again be a crucial link in the year to come, as CII is the official secretariat of B20, a business coalition of the G20 member nations. We look forward to enabling Andhra Pradesh to showcase the opportunities that exist, that have been proven already and well established here, and it has to offer in these sectors to the visiting global thought leaders and business groups. Honorable Chief Minister Garu, we in CII would continue to work closely with your government in realizing your vision towards ensuring balanced and inclusive development by engaging youth, women and people from the deprived sections of the society. My hearty congratulations to you personally, sir, for organizing the maiden AP Global Investor Summit in such a successful manner. All the best to you personally, sir, and to your team, led by Sri Gudivada Amarnath Garu, the Honorable Minister for Industries, Sri Dr. Jawahar Reddy Garu, the Chief Secretary, Mr. Karikal Vallavan, Principal Secretary, Industries, and Ms. Srijana from the APGIS, with whom we have all had the pleasure of working very closely in the last 6 months. I thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity to have been here today in Visakhapatnam, because I have led the CII in the days of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh as the chairperson of CII Andhra Pradesh. And to those of you who may think that we don't have our facilities in today's Andhra Pradesh is not correct, because when we first moved back to India, we chose to come back to Andhra Pradesh, and at that point of time, it was Hyderabad that was picked out to establish our own life sciences and biotech journey, which Bharat Biotech had began close to 30 years ago from the city of Hyderabad. I'm sure that there are going to be several other opportunities in the years to come that we could showcase the life sciences sector very aptly to the global community and what Andhra Pradesh can offer in this sector as well. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Good afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am, for that. Now, Andhra Pradesh tourism has always been captivating tourists, both locally and internationally. In 2021, the state attracted 9.3 crore domestic tourists and accounted for 14% of the national footfall in spite of the pandemic. With the second longest coastline of 974 kilometers in the country, the state of Andhra Pradesh holds vast tourism potential. And to further talk to us about exploring the unexplored in the state of Andhra Pradesh, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Union Minister of Culture, Tourism and Development of North-Eastern Region to the Government of India, Shri G. Kishan Reddy, for his special address.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. Namaskar everyone. respected Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, respected Union Minister of Ports and Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Sri Sarbananda Sonowalji, and Minister of Industry, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Amarnath Garu, Sri all the Ministers of Government of Andhra Pradesh, all the elected representatives of the Andhra Pradesh, and importantly, all the esteemed industrialists and investors community, brothers and sisters, I would like to thank the government of Andhra Pradesh for inviting me for this Global Investor Summit. As a sunrise, state of Andhra Pradesh has many advantages, and the theme, Advantage of Andhra Pradesh, is ideal for this Investor Summit. The state of Andhra Pradesh provides limitless opportunities, boundless passion, risk-taking entrepreneurs, skilled workforce, and talented youth, and endless natural resources. Therefore, I am glad to see high-profile international and national business leaders and experts and intellectuals attending this Investor Summit. Friends, India is indeed the land of amazing opportunities. In January 2023, the International Monetary Fund projected India will remain a bright spot of global growth. India is expected to contribute 15% of the global growth rate in 2023. This is because of the investor-friendly environment being provided by the Government of India under leadership of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Friends, enabling the environment, predictable policies, transparent rules, based economy, and open mind to encourage with like-minded countries, India is creating new infrastructure at an unimaginable pace. Today, we are building world-class highways, extensive network of railways, cost-effective airways, and high-quality interface. The Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti Master Plan is providing integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects in the 7 engines of roads, railways, airways, ports, mass transport, waterways, and the logistic infrastructure. Friends, the government of India and all the state governments is making all efforts to attract foreign investors and business to part of India transformation. As a result, the FDI inflows have amounted doubled from $45 billion in 2014 to the highest over $85 billion in 21-22. Friends, the initiative undertaken by all the governments of India reflects in various indices. Ease of doing business, raise of 79 rank from 142 in 2014 to 63 in 2019 in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business ranking. Friends, Government of India and all the governments, we should commitment. We are doing all the activities, the new India that offers quality, reliability, scale, innovation, cost effectiveness, entrepreneurship, and new India that invites the world to make in India. The new India operating with a new set of investments-friendly policies and frameworks that include a simplified goods and service tax regime, reduced corporate tax framework, repealing close to 1,500 laws, and at a population scale, Digital India stake of the Aadhaar digital identity systems, UPI-based payment infrastructure. The young India wants to be in India now job creators and not only job seekers. Friends, India has to the third largest unicorn based in the world. India is expected to have 250 unicorns by 2025, which will create crores of direct jobs and employment opportunities. Initiative such as a national infrastructure pipeline will attract investment to infrastructure. This will be crucial for attaining the target of becoming a 5 trillion economy by financial year 2025. Friends, keeping in view India's vision of becoming a Atmanirbhar, the Government of India implementing production-linked incentives PLI schemes in 14 key sectors. These sectors, to name a few, include mobile manufacturing and specified electronic components, food products, pharmaceutical and drug and medical devices, attractive pharmaceutical integrants, advanced chemistry and batteries, electric technology products, automobiles and auto components, man-made fiber and technical textiles, oil palm production, like more than 2 lakh crores rupees has been budgeted for the PLI schemes. The PLI schemes will transform India into global manufacturing hub and create over 60 lakh jobs. Friends, Andhra Pradesh has a comparative advantage in various sectors such as marine products like shrimps and fish, drugs and pharmaceuticals, electronic goods, petroleum products, engineering goods, etc. I feel there is a clear opportunity for union government and state government to work together in further taking AP to new heights. This will be in the true spirit of cooperative federalism that Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji desires. Further, in the spirit of competitive federalism, states are competing in very positive manner against one another for investment of infrastructure. The Government of India has continuously supported to the state government of Andhra Pradesh for its industrial development and growth through seamless connectivity and infrastructure. The Indian Railways has 32 projects amounting to 5,704 kilometers of work at a budget 64,000 crores at the currently under process. Our annual railway budget for the state of Andhra Pradesh has increased 9 times from 886 crores per year before 2014 to now 8,406 crores per year in the last 9 years. 72 world-class railway stations will be developed under Amrut Bharat station scheme in Andhra Pradesh. Under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, we have committed for infrastructure in villages. 1.13 lakh kilometers of rural roads were constructed at a cost of 29,985 crores since 2014. AP is the only state to have industrial corridors pass through the state. The Vizag-Chennai corridor, Chennai-Bengaluru corridor, Hyderabad-Bengaluru corridor, Visakhapatnam, Kakinada, Tirupati and Amravati, Vijayawada, Guntur were selected under the Small City Mission in Andhra Pradesh. The total investment project cost of the Visakhapatnam Smart City is close to 3,000 crores. Friends, this is a great time to invest in India as there are many attractive opportunities. I look forward a record number of MOUs being signed in financial commitment being made by the investor community in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I congratulate all the investors, those came forward for development of Andhra Pradesh as well as India. It is definitely an era of advantage of Andhra Pradesh. I thank you for inviting me at the Global Investor Summit, especially Honorable Chief Minister of Jagannath Reddy and his government ministry colleagues and all the investors. Once again, on behalf of Government of India, I welcome you. I congratulate you for this development of Andhra Pradesh and as well as our country. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
ధన్యవాదాలండి శ్రీ కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారు. Ladies and gentlemen, with the abundant oceanic advantages that the state of Andhra Pradesh enjoys, port-led industrialization is the focal point for its growth engine, as it should be. Now, to illuminate how the oceanic advantages of Andhra Pradesh can be leveraged for the growth not only of the state of Andhra Pradesh but also for the entire country, I'd like to invite the Honorable Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Government of India, Shri Shorbanando Sonowal, for his keynote address, please.
ये हवा थोड़ा बंद कर दीजिए. हवा फैन बंद कर दीजिएगा. Namaskar. Riki Namaskaramu. Respected Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy ji, respected Union Minister for Culture, Tourism and Donor, my colleague in the Council of Ministers, Government of India, Shri G. Kishan Reddy ji, Minister for Industries, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Gudivara Amarnath ji, Chief Secretary, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. K.S. Janahar Reddy ji, dignitaries, Shri Gajanan Nabarji, Shri Binit Mitalji, Shri Satyanaran Savaji, Dr. V.K. Bandiji, Shri Anil Kumar Salamala Settiji, Shri Santhanam Biji, Shri Sarjia Liji, Shri S.S. Christensenji, Shri Rajneesh Mandanenwala ji, Shri Satish Reddy ji, Srimati Susitra E. Ella ji, ladies and gentlemen, my dear media friends. Today, I am honored amidst of you. My presence, and for this I am grateful to the people of Andhra Pradesh, Government of Andhra Pradesh, for their kind invitation. Today I am very happy to once again come to the glorious state of Andhra Pradesh and the vibrant city of Visakhapatnam. Visakhapatnam is a very special city of our nation. It was an important port in ancient India with a rich history of trade and commerce. Since thousands of years, international trade was carried through Visakhapatnam port with distant regions up to Western Asia and even up to Rome. Even today, Visakhapatnam remains the focal point of India's trade. Recently, Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji visited Visakhapatnam and launched a project worth more than rupees 10,000 crores to fulfill the aspiration of Andhra Pradesh and Visakhapatnam. This scheme, along with these various other transformational programs of our Honorable Prime Ministers, have taken the development journey of Andhra Pradesh to a new height. The people of Andhra Pradesh are special. They are very affectionate and hardworking. They are globally showcasing their unique talent and distinct identity in every field, whether it be education or business, technology or medical profession, sports or arts. Telugu-speaking people are always in search for excellence wherever they go. This is the power of the people of Andhra Pradesh. Honorable Prime Ministers and all of us in the government are always closely associated with the speedy development of Andhra Pradesh. Our love and dedication for Andhra is supreme. In Azadi Ka Amrit Kal, the country is moving first on the path of development with the goal of develop India through creation of modern infrastructure. Our Honorable Prime Minister's vision is to ensure inclusive development and growth by developing our ports, railways, highways to enhance supply chain and reduce logistic cost. The Prime Minister's Gati Shakti plan has not only accelerated the pace of infrastructure development, but has also reduced the cost of projects. Multimodal transport system is the future of logistics. Andhra Pradesh and its coastal region will move ahead in this race for development with a new momentum. I congratulate the state government of Andhra Pradesh for organizing this mega event in the sports city. As per the latest economic survey, India received the highest ever FDI inflows of $84.8 billion in service during the financial year 2022. This is a result of the government investor-friendly FDI policy under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. As a result of the transformational and visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Ministers, India has, in the last 9 years, leaped ahead in all development indications. 37 kilometers per day highway constructed in 2021. 99,000 crores worth Sagarmala project completed. 79% increase in cargo handling capacity since 2014. Highest ever merchandise export at $421 billion in financial year 2022. 70,000 plus recognized startup, 100 unicorn created. So these are the transformational changes the people have witnessed in the country. India continues to open up its sectors to global investors by raising the investment limits, removing regulatory barriers, developing infrastructure, and improving the business environment. Despite global uncertainties, Indian economy remains healthy. India will continue to attract foreign investors in the coming years as well on account of radical measures taken by our Honorable Prime Minister, such as PLI scheme, ease of doing business, and projection of healthy economic growth. The Indian ports have to gear up for the rising demands for port service due to various schemes implemented by visionary Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Under the Prime Minister's flagship initiative of Sagarmala, more than 110 projects worth around rupees 1.1 lakhs crore have been identified for implementation in the state of Andhra Pradesh, of which 35 projects worth of rupees 32,000 crores have already been completed. 14 projects worth of rupees 2,500 crores are being financially supported under Sagarmala scheme. These projects are focused on Ro-Ro and passenger jetties, fishing harbour, port modernization, skill development. Of these, 5 projects worth of rupees 740 crores have already been completed. For upliftment of fishermen community, 5 fishing harbour projects worth of rupees 1,500 crores have been sanctioned for funding under Sagarmala program. As far as Visakhapatnam port is concerned, it has shown a healthy cargo growth of over 7.5% in this financial year. Following the direction from the ministry, the port is in the process of transforming as landlord ports. Already JNPA become completely landlord port in 2022. Other major ports shall also follow and comply by 2030. These are 6 projects operating in the Visakhapatnam ports. 4 BART have been awarded in January 23 with an investment of rupees 658 crores, and another 6 BART and a hospital project through PPP mode are in pipeline with an investment potential of rupees 1,250 crores. Completion of this project will increase the port's capacity by about 37 million tons per annum. Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways jointly with Ministry of Fishing is upgrading the fishing harbour all over India to international standard, 31 of which shall be developed under Sagarmala and Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. The fishing harbour at Visakhapatnam is being upgraded at a cost of rupees 151 crores. This will improve the quality of life of the local fishing community. The Visakhapatnam port is nearing completions of the construction of international cruise terminal with an investment of rupees 97 crores and likely to commence by April 23. I am confident that the Vizag port and AP state government will work closely in utilizing the developed facilities and also to develop tourism circuit which will boost tourism potential of this region. In Visakhapatnam, the Ministry of Ports, Shipping Waterways has set up Center of Excellence in Maritime and Shipbuilding, a first of its kind in Asia, with 18 laboratories with an aim to bridge the skill gap between the academics and industry requirement at Indian Maritime University campus at Visakhapatnam. SAMS is equipping students with employable engineering, technical skill in the area of ship hull design, ship detail design, shipbuilding and maintenance, repair and overall product life cycle management, and advanced digital manufacturing factory concept. The institute carries out more than 50 courses and has provided certification more than 7,000 candidates. So these are the opportunity created through this institution so that like millions of youth can have their employment opportunity on income generation and entrepreneurship. The government, under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, the PM Gati Shakti has brought various line ministries closer to work together, resulting in faster result in achieving the goals and has yielded benefit to the public at large. Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas through Sabka Prayas will benefit all sections of the people of India and make India march ahead to become the superpower of the world in Amrit Kal. The sea has been a source of wealth and prosperity for India for centuries, and our coast have served as gateway to this prosperity. Today, projects worth thousands of crores of rupees are underway in the country for port-led development. Today, India of the 21st century is implementing the idea of holistic development of coastal district. I am sure Andhra Pradesh will continue to play a crucial role in this campaign of development for the country. I once again congratulate the government of Andhra Pradesh for successfully holding the Advantage Andhra Pradesh Global Investor Summit 2023 at Visakhapatnam and looking forward to a fruitful investor engagement this year. With this, I want to conclude, but I want to, before concluding my speech, I want to just pronounce one line. Please correct me. This is my feelings. Visakhapatnamu, Sala, Anda, Maina, Pradesh. यानी कि this city is such a beautiful city which could draw the attention of everybody whoever visits. So this is the gift of God. I believe the people of Andhra Pradesh is lucky enough to have this kind of beautiful cities around. I am confident that to make India self-reliant by 2047 as per the vision set by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, Andhra Pradesh is going to play very, very important role tomorrow. With these few words, I conclude. Jai Hind!
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting session now. The Honorable Chief Minister will virtually be inaugurating some industrial units. We spoke a lot about technology and how well Andhra Pradesh is using it. The Honorable Chief Minister, sir, will be virtually inaugurating some. There are 14 units that sir will be inaugurating, a total investment of 3,845 crore rupees, providing employment to more than 9,100 people. So, Honorable Chief Minister, sir, if you could inaugurate the first one, please. There's the first one, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kimberly Clark India Private Limited. They are in FMCG, consumer durables, investments of 700 crores and 1,500 employment. As you can see before yourself, some lovely images of this unit that is coming up in Sri City, that has come up in Sri City, and the Honorable Chief Minister has just inaugurated it virtually. As you can see, investments of 700 crores, employment of 1,500 people. Next up, let's do our second inauguration, sir, if you would be kind enough. This is for Blue Star Climatech Limited. They're into commercial ACs. Investments of 540 crore rupees, again employment, providing jobs to 1,500 people. Right, this was the next one. This is for Havells India Limited. They're electronics and electricals. Investment of 300 crore rupees, employs 1,000 jobs being generated here through Havells. The aim is to show the different pictures, the different videos from there. Next up, here's our fifth one. This is Excellent Pharma Science Private Limited. They're in pharma, formulation and healthcare. 176 crore rupees, 550 jobs created here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have the applause going. These are some sizable investments that are creating great jobs in the state. Here's our sixth one. This is NGC Transmission. They are in renewable energy manufacturing, also in Sri City. As you can see, They are doing an investment of 185 crore rupees, providing jobs to 118 people. State-of-the-art machinery is being placed in all of these units. Next up, here we go, we have VRV Asia Pacific Private Limited, also known as Chart Industries. This is their phase 2 engineering, 95 crore rupees of investment and 200 employees, jobs generated here through this one. All of these being inaugurated virtually right in front of you here, providing so much of the growth that will be in those areas. Our next one here is for Laurus Labs. We also have Dr. Chava with us today. This is for Laurus Labs in APGIS in Achutapuram in pharma sector. 460 crore rupees with 1,200 jobs created through this setup here. Moving on, here's our next one. This is Amara Life Sciences Private Limited, APGIS denotified in Achutapuram. They are in bulk drug and in its intermediates. Investment of 60 crore rupees, providing 190 jobs. Amara Life Sciences. Moving on next to our 10th one, this is for Sarda Metals and Alloys Limited in Kantakapalli. 102 crores of investment, 300 jobs created right there. Next up is Win-Win Specialty Insulators Limited. This is in APGIS Achutapuram. They make high voltage insulators of all types, ceramic, porcelain and polymeric. 170 rupees of investment with 500 jobs created. This is Win-Win Lab. Next up, this is AOV Agro Foods Private Limited in Annakapalli. They are into meat processing. 200 crores is the tune of their investment and 1,000 jobs is what they are creating right there. AOV Agro Foods Private Limited. Next up, SH Food Processing Limited in Prakasam. They do liquid engineering process unit. 30 crores is the investment and 50 jobs is what's been done. This is liquid egg processing unit. Apologies. This is SH Food Processing Private Limited. Liquid egg processing plant, 5 lakh eggs per day. As we mentioned earlier, Andhra Pradesh is a leader in many products in the agri and food processing sector. This will definitely add to that. And finally, our last virtual inauguration of the industrial unit. This is for Avera AI Mobility in Vijayawada. They make electric scooters. Investment of 619 crore rupees with 500 jobs created. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause? These were the 14 units inaugurated by the Honorable Chief Minister virtually sitting right here in Visakhapatnam at the Global Investor Summit. Investment of 3,845 crore rupees and 9,100 jobs created.
So that's agro, food processing, textiles, chemicals, petrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, electronics, tourism sectors. No sector has been left untouched. This state has a 360-degree advantage. It's always a cheerful challenge to introduce and invite one who needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Y.S. Jagannath Garu, to address all his guests gathered here in this audience today. What a thundering success this event has been.
Honorable Union Ministers, Shri J. Krishna Reddy Garu and Shri Sarbanand Sonawal Garu, Ambassadors, Consul Generals, diplomats, my colleagues in the State Cabinet, business leaders and representatives, officials from the state government, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. At the valedictory session of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit in Visakhapatnam, on behalf of the state government, I thank you all for making this summit a success, and I'm overwhelmed by the confidence reposed. On behalf of the state, I'd like to say that this association is of immense value, and we commit to ensure that your investment in the state would flourish, and you can be assured of our support in all your endeavors. This phenomenal optimism that we have witnessed during the past 2 days would encourage us to redouble our efforts in making the business environment in the state more conducive and more welcoming. Over the past 3.5 years of my government, we have seen the economy reviving at a relatively faster pace, owing to the timely impetus we have given to the several sectors. We could ensure that the consumption and investment has not taken a nosedive even during the times of severe economic turbulence caused by the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Good governance and effective policy intervention by our government has not only safeguarded the economy and kept deficits under control, and has also ensured that the business ecosystem is not jeopardized. During this period, we have carefully laid the path for facilitating a conducive business environment, strengthening the infrastructure, improving the skills of our youth, making internet and broadband far more accessible, and so forth. This summit is being organized at a very crucial juncture, and I am indeed very glad that this summit has played a key role in projecting Andhra Pradesh as a favored investment decision for both national and international investor community. During this summit, we organized 15 sector sessions with over 100 speakers in these 15 sector sessions, showcasing Andhra Pradesh, our growing strengths. These 15 focus sectors included automobile and EV sector, agri-processing, healthcare, and medical equipment, renewable energy, green hydrogen, tourism, and so on and so forth. In addition to this, we also had 4 country sessions for UAE, Netherlands, Vietnam, and Western Australia for exploring opportunities for collaboration with Andhra Pradesh. Our exhibition arena had special focus on our AP Pavilion, highlighting one district, one product theme with 137 exhibition stalls. I'm indeed very happy that over the past 2 days, we had several bilateral meetings with ministers, delegations from foreign countries, diplomats, ambassadors, global and domestic industry leaders. These meetings have been very fruitful, and I'm very happy that our efforts in making Andhra Pradesh one of the most attractive investment destinations is yielding commendable results. With respect to the firm commitments to partner with the state, I wish to convey that commensurate with the overwhelmingly positive business sentiment, we have executed 352 MOUs with an investment commitment of over 13,05,663 crores and an employment potential of over 6,03,223 to offer. In the energy sector alone, 40 MOUs have been signed worth 8,84,823 crores of investment, creating an employment potential of 1,90,000 families. In the IT and ITES sector, 56 MOUs were also signed, amounting to 25,587 crores of investment with an employment potential of 1,04,442 people. In the tourism sector, another 117 MOUs have been signed and the investment to the tune of 22,000 crores with an employment potential of 30,787 people. I wish to point out that one of the sectors into which significant investments were committed is the renewable energy sector. These proposed investments into renewable energy generation, pump storage, and production of green hydrogen and green ammonia would go a long way in mitigating the intermittency associated with renewable energy and render it a credible alternative to fossil fuel-based generation. This would make a significant contribution in green energy space to India's commitment towards achieving net zero. I'm thankful to you all I'm thankful for your trust and faith in Andhra Pradesh and in our government especially. I sincerely request all of you to move from the MOU stage to grounding of your investments in Andhra Pradesh at the earliest. We are committed to facilitate speedy and hassle-free conversion of these MOUs signed into actual investments. To enable this, we are forming a monetary committee consisting of the Chief Secretary himself and the CMO officials together with the Special Chief Secretary Industries. This committee will meet every week and closely follow up on the implementation of these MOUs. This committee will sort out all the day-to-day issues faced by you and will facilitate the speedy grounding of these investments. Assuring you all that our government will demonstrate our speed of facilitating business as well. Today we have also witnessed the inauguration of 14 industrial houses with an investment of approximately 3,841 crores and an employment which has been generated to the extent of 9,108 jobs. In fact, it gives me great pride to do these inaugurations online. This reflects the implementation mindset of our government for grounding and facilitating your investments in the state. And I wish you all the very best as you commence your journey forward, assuring you that you will find an environment that welcomes you, that guides you, provides you access to enabling infrastructure and skilled manpower, mitigating the risks associated with your business, and effectively rendering your investments mutually rewarding to both you and the state of Andhra Pradesh. I once again thank you all for the trust reposed in the state of Andhra Pradesh and making this event a phenomenal success. Thank you once again.
With gratitude for your vision, with hearty congratulations for all that you have achieved for this state, and with best wishes for all that you are set out to achieve for the state of Andhra Pradesh, dear CM Garu, hearty congratulations, many thanks. I now request the Honorable CM of Andhra Pradesh to please felicitate the dignitaries on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for standing up in thanks and in gratitude and in congratulations to the Honorable Chief Minister. Please do be comfortable and please be seated as the Honorable Chief Minister felicitates all the dignitaries on the dais. It really is quite a pleasure to see the number of admirers that the Honorable Chief Minister does have. And I know that all of you want to take a photograph. Please do so, but I also request all of you to be seated in your designated seats. not just young, dynamic and visionary, but also a lot of warmth and camaraderie in the way he has felicitated all the guests, all his esteemed guests. Thank you to the Honorable CM. To conclude the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023, may I now request the Special Chief Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Infrastructure and Investment to the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Karikal Valavanji, to give the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Honorable Union Minister of Tourism and Culture, Sri Gudivada Amarnath Garu, Honorable Minister for Industries, IT and Infrastructure, Government of AP, Honorable Ministers in the State Government, Honorable MPs, MLAs and MLCs, distinguished industries leaders on the dais, country industrial delegations, industry leaders, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. As we draw close to the power-packed Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023 in the beautiful city of Visakhapatnam, it is my proud privilege to propose a formal vote of thanks. On behalf of the 54 million people of Andhra Pradesh, I would like to express my deepest appreciation and profound gratitude to our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, for his leadership, not only towards conduct of this summit, but also for his vision, conviction and direction towards developing our state of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, Honorable Chief Minister, sir, the four pillars highlighted by you yesterday, namely greenification, infrastructure development, digitization and enterprise development, emphasize your focus on economic development while also keeping the environment as well as the enterprise as the fulcrum for all policies and interventions in the state. Sir, the success of the summit today in terms of the participation as well as the promise of investment clearly highlights the industry's belief in the state of Andhra Pradesh and in the state's rich prospects under your leadership. I would also like to graciously thank our Honorable Union Ministers, Sri Sarbanand Sonowalji and Sri Kishan Reddy ji, for their presence today and support to the state of Andhra Pradesh, especially in the development of the maritime and tourism sectors, which are both strategic priority sectors for the state of Andhra Pradesh. On behalf of the state government, we are grateful to each one of the 120 and odd keynote speakers and the panelists for leading enriching deliberations with their wealth of experience across 15 sector sessions and 4 country sessions. I thank all the foreign and domestic delegates, national and local industry associations and media for their presence and support during the summit. Your presence provides us with the encouragement and the confidence to constantly strive to work closely with the industry. To all the companies, corporations, departments and exhibitors who set up their stalls at the exhibition pavilion, we are grateful to your execution for a vibrant and colorful pavilion. I would also like to convey our sincere gratitude to our Honorable Minister, Sri Bugganna Rajendranath Garu and Sri Gudivada Amarnath Garu for their continuous guidance through the domestic road shows and the conduct of the summit. Today's summit celebrates the immense efforts over the past few months made by all the state government departments under the leadership of the Chief Secretary Sri Javagar Reddy and the leadership of the respective secretaries and heads of the departments. We are grateful to the local district administration and the district collector and the commissioner of police and their teams for ensuring the smooth conduct of the summit. To my entire team for the Industries Department and Infrastructure Department, the Director of Industries, Dr. Sujana, and the CEO AP Maritime Board, Sri Shanmohan, and the APEDB, thank you for your untiring efforts towards organizing summit and making it a successful. Lastly, I would also like to appreciate the efforts of our knowledge partner, the KPMG, our event partner CII, and our event management agency, the Times Network, for their support throughout the planning and organizing of the summit. On behalf of the Government of Andhra Pradesh, I thank each and every one of you once again and look forward to continuing our support post-summit as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that meaningful conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have some very exciting performances lined up.
That's right, that's right. But first, we just want to thank the Honorable Chief Minister, the Honorable Union Ministers. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to all our dignitaries who have joined us here today at the valedictory session of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause
Huge
for
round
our
of applause for the dignitaries.
One second.
Please do stay with us in the hall because we have some very interesting cultural performances lined up for you. A very pleasant surprise.
Exactly. Now, so as we've been talking through the day, there is a lot more left. In fact, Deepika, you know, we have some MOUs also that we have to celebrate here. In fact, earlier in the day we did some of them, but some more of them.
With the Department of Tourism, some in the renewable energy sector, pharmaceuticals, healthcare. I think we saw a lot of MOUs being signed this morning between Hall 1 and this main plenary hall.
Also, we've got some very interesting cultural performances. We have, there is a performance by a very interesting group who will be performing Kuchipudi, which is,
it's the traditional classical dance form of Andhra Pradesh.
And it has its roots deep in ancient Hindu Sanskrit text of Natya Shastra. It's welcoming the team. It'll be Navratna Alu. This will be happening very shortly. After that, Deepika, what do we have lined up after that?
After that, we have a phenomenal act. We're going to be mesmerized by somebody who's been described by Billboard magazine as a visionary composer and music producer, Karsh Kale. So these are the two stellar performances that you can look forward to, Navaratnalu and Karsh Kale.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there's a lot of movement happening on stage. We are getting ready for the next set of performances. In the meantime, so after this short break, we have three exciting things, Deepika. We have the MOUs that we spoke about. Different departments, the IT department also has some MOUs that they will be getting signed after this break. We will have the Kuchipudi performance of Navratnalu.
And the grand finale will be Karsh Kale.
That's right. And so, but ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, may we request you to quickly grab lunch. You can have lunch. We will be opening lunch shortly by the time you reach. As you exit the hall at the back, it's on the right side. If you're facing the stage, it's on your left. That's where the dining area is for all the delegates. Please do head there and request you to have a quick lunch and come back here because you do not want to miss these three important things that are making up the closing of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit, which are the MOUs, the dance performance.
The Kuchipudi dance performance and the musical performance by Karsh Kale.
So we request you to be back here in an hour at 1:45 p.m. 1 hour, 1:45 p.m. Request you to be here. Thank you so much. We will see you shortly.